My name is Ajay. My presentation is about the COVID-19 pandemic and vaccines. About two-thirds of all infectious diseases in humans originate from animals. Currently, we are facing this coronavirus pandemic. It was first identified in December 2019 in Wuhan, China. WHO is still investigating where the virus came from. COVID has disrupted everyone's life in some way. People have lost lives and jobs. Schools, offices, and countries have been under lockdown to contain the spread of COVID. We desperately want a cure so that our lives can return to normal again. Several vaccines have been developed by biotechnology companies. They claim to be effective and safe in various degrees. Why do we need to use vaccines? That is because vaccines can prevent infectious disease and help our bodies develop immunity to the virus without us getting the illness. When most people in a community are vaccinated, the ability to spread the disease is limited due to herd immunity. The vaccine protects people for at least 4 months. It takes a few weeks for the body to build up protection against the virus after vaccination. But a person could still be infected with COVID-19 just before or just after vaccination. So, even after getting the COVID-19 vaccine, continue to follow safety precautions such as social distancing, wear masks and face shield, limit social gatherings and time spent in crowded places, clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces, wash your hands often. COVID spread primarily from person to person. If you get the chance to get vaccinated, you should. Fighting this disease is our joint responsibility. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Axel, and my topic is why we need to preserve Antarctica. Antarctica is the coldest, smallest, and southernmost continent in the world. It accounts for 90% of the world's ice. With an average temperature of minus 10 degrees Celsius, it is the driest, windiest, and harshest place to live in the world. Why do we need to preserve Antarctica? Antarctica's ice helps maintain Earth's heat balance by reflecting a large amount of solar radiation away from the Earth's surface. However, global warming has been causing Antarctica's ice to melt. As ice cover decreases, more incoming solar radiations are absorbed by the Earth's surface, causing an unequal heat balance linked to climate change. What would be the effect? Glaciers could break into icebergs that could damage ships. Ice melt may also change the Antarctic current, cause changes in the weather patterns, and harm ocean ecosystem. The unusual animals seen here would be harmed. Penguins may lose places to lay their eggs. Elephant seals may lose their diets. Antarctic animals and seabirds may choke to death by eating garbage from passing ships or get entangled in fishing nets and drown. How do we preserve Antarctica? To preserve Antarctica, we must do the following. Fight climate change by changing our energy from fossil fuel to green energy, such as solar, wind, and geothermal energy. Second, closely monitor fishing in Antarctica and use the right fishing technology that allows sustainable ocean environment. Third, use their waste management techniques to preserve marine ecosystems. And last but not least, closely monitor illegal overfishing such as krill fishing, as it is the food source for many Antarctic animals such as penguins and whales. If all the ice in Antarctica melts, sea levels will rise by 59 meters and coastal cities around the world will be underwater. Now that we know how to preserve Antarctica, it is up to us to keep this continent clean and safe. Thank you.
I am Rabia. My topic is the earth on fire, forest fires. Do you know that in Indonesia, forest fires happen almost every year? The fires in Kalimantan in 2015 destroyed millions of hectares of land. The Australian bushfires that lasted for months burning in 2019 burnt almost 10.3 million hectares of land and caused massive destruction of plants and animals. Forest fires can happen naturally due to long droughts and dry weather. Dry leaves and branches can catch fire easily when they rub against each other in the scorching sun. Lightning strikes and strong winds help spread the fires far and wide. Man also add to this problem when flammable materials are not used or disposed of carefully. Throwing lit cigarettes on dry vegetation, improper trash burning, and arson are some other causes. Why are forest fires a burning global issue? Well, the smoke caused by fires can spread across international borders. Fires in Kalimantan caused haze and air pollution in the neighboring countries of Malaysia and Singapore. Fires release greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. This increases global warming and causes the polar ice caps to melt. Forest fires can cause loss of property, crops, resources, and plant and animal life. Like orangutans, animals like koala bears and kangaroos are now on the endangered list. Smoke and haze can cause breathing difficulties and poor visibility. Homes and infrastructure are destroyed. So what can we do to curb forest fires? Natural causes are unavoidable, but man-made causes can be controlled by being responsible citizens. Follow regulations regarding campfires and trash burning. Put up signs to remind people to put out cigarettes. Clear dry vegetation to reduce the chances of accidental sparks in hot weather. Of course, plant more trees to replace the one lost in forest fires. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. I am Sharon. My presentation is about education and online learning. I quote, "A child without education is like a bird without wings." Tibetans say, since the COVID pandemic was announced more than a year ago, most schools have been closed worldwide for safety purposes. How have students like me continued to learn in this situation? Online education has been a boom. Students are studying from home using the internet, gadgets, and a variety of learning apps. Online education has its advantages. Students can use various applications, view recorded videos, and attend webinars to support their learning. Apart from these e-learning benefits, students can access and review study materials at their own pace. The disadvantages are a lack of network facilities, affordability of gadgets, and the lack of fun campus activity and opportunities to build their social skills. Students are not able to build and meet and socialize with classmates as before. This could impact their mental health and well-being and cause increased stress, anxiety, and depression. The lack of physical activity can lead to obesity. In the present scenario, online learning seems to be the best alternative. Educational and learning apps make student learning fun. Meetings, lessons, enable class discussions, and small group activities. We can even go on virtual tours in place of field trips. Students and teachers have developed many skills related to online teaching and learning, which they will find useful even when things return to normal. I quote Nelson Mandela: "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Amira. My exhibition topic, fossil fuels. To use or not to use, fossil fuels has become a burning question. Fossil fuels include petroleum, coal, and natural gas. These are the remains of organisms that lived millions of years ago and provide us with cheap energy. So, what is so bad about them? For one, burning them is very harmful for us and our planet Earth as they cause a terrible problem: poisonous air pollution. However, there are widely used because they are useful in generating energy and in products such as synthetic clothes and plastics. These products can cause pollution due to burning, degradation, and garbage dumps in water bodies. Plastic is cheap to produce but expensive to recycle, so plastic trash just keeps accumulating. Do you know it takes over 450 years just to decompose a tiny piece of single-use plastic? Fossil fuels are not endless resources. If we want to save the planet, we need to use clean energy sources like solar energy, geothermal energy, and wind energy. They may be more expensive to create, but future generations will thank us for a cleaner world. We could start by using less electricity and use solar panels in our homes and places of work. Use cars with electric batteries and limit the amount of air conditioning we use. How about using biodegradable shopping bags instead of plastic? You can say no to plastic straws and disposable food containers and cutlery. We could help reduce this global problem with a flick of a switch. So what are we waiting for? Thank you so much for your time.
Hello, I'm Tristan. My topic is the problem of Arctic ice melting. Global warming has increased Earth's temperature by about 1 degree. Arctic ice is melting twice as fast as other places on Earth. This releases a greenhouse gas called methane, which adds to ozone depletion, global warming. Economic activities add other greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Cows are a major source of methane gas. Deforestation for building purposes or farming raises carbon dioxide levels as trees that absorb this gas are cut down. Sea levels will rise due to Arctic ice melting. There will be a smaller area to host Arctic animals like polar bear and seals, and their numbers will decline. Fishing grounds will move further north as fishes migrate to cooler waters. Warmer seas will kill many Arctic sea animals sensitive to small change in temperature. Floods, displacement of coastal population, and degradation of marine ecosystems will occur. Reduced ice cover will open new shipping routes and make offshore oil production cheaper, but lead to more oil spills and pollution. The solution to this is to demand action from yourself, your country, and from the companies creating harmful emissions. Move to renewable or clean energy. Recycle. Use electric vehicles. Reforestation can help absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Develop sustainable infrastructure. Cover methane to biogas and generate electricity. We all have responsibility towards the environment. Even turning on the air conditioner for a good night's sleep can be an important decision. Let us all be good citizens and do our bit to prevent our future from melting away. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Karen. My topic is seeds and food security in the future. Our foods are a part of our culture. Seeds are the security of future generation. Farmers simply save the seeds from harvested crops to grow them for the next season. It makes sense to use the original seeds as they are pest resistant, they can withstand unfavorable climatic conditions, they require less water and have immense nutritional value, natural flavors and colors. Many community seed banks have been created to save the traditional varieties of plants. This is because seeds of hybrid fruits and vegetables do not grow. Farmers can only buy them from the organizations that sell them at higher prices. This is the biggest threat to food security in the future. The new varieties are important to farmers as they may provide higher yield, larger size of fruits and vegetables, and faster growth. However, such modified fruits and vegetables lose their original nutritional value, natural flavors, and colors. Here, I have a few varieties of fruits and vegetables which are naturally grown and some hybrid ones too. Guava, lemon, bananas, and gardenite. The hybrid ones are harmful to the human body. The local ones are smaller than the hybrid ones, but they are healthier to eat. So spread the message and support traditional grown food. Be vocal and support local. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Aleph. My topic is child labor. It refers to exploitation of children through any form of work that deprives children of their childhood. It is more common in poor or underdeveloped countries. Many children around the world cannot get education and have a normal life. Children need to earn money to survive. Why is this so? The reasons are overpopulation, electricity, poverty, wars, and urbanization. The gap between the poor and the rich is getting bigger. Poor families cannot provide their children with basic needs like food. Children as young as 5 are forced to work. Child labor deprived of a proper childhood where they should be playing and going to school. Children who do hard physical labor, work for long hours, suffer physically and mentally. They are forced to grow up faster. Young children who do unskilled work and are badly paid. They do not acquire skill or education to get a better job. As adults, they may do the same to their children. We need to address the causes of child labor to prevent it. Government could provide benefit by increased income for poor families and give free healthcare and food at lower prices. School education must be compulsory. Give free lunches at school and encourage people to send their children to school instead of work. Teach older children a skill to get a better job and earn a decent living. In this way, we can break the chains of poverty that encourage child labor. Do not hire underage children to work in homes, farms, or factories. Donate books, clothes, or toys to child protection agencies. Join campaign to ban child labor. Be a ray of sunshine in their lives. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Judy and my topic is water pollution. Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies, usually as a result of human activities. Water bodies include lakes, rivers, oceans, aquifers, and groundwater. Untreated wastewater that is released into natural water bodies harms aquatic ecosystems. This in turn can lead to health problems for people who use the polluted water for drinking, bathing, or irrigation. Water pollution is the leading cause of death and disease around the world. Some common causes of water pollution are industrial waste, sewage and wastewater, mining activities, marine dumpings, accidental oil spills, the burning of fossil fuels, and use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. The best way to prevent water quality is to prevent pollution at its source. Here are a few tips you can follow. Throw litter in a garbage can and dispose of it safely. Don't turn dead plants or organic food waste into compost. Don't burn your garbage. Wash your car or outdoor equipment where wastewater can flow onto gravel or grass. Don't pour your motor oil down the drain. Take it to the nearest auto parts store to get rid of. This is free. Never pour oil into water bodies. Use methods like putting kitty litter and sand on oil spill to absorb them. Once the liquid becomes solid, throw it in a dustbin. Use natural pesticides and fertilizers that do not poison groundwater. Lastly, do not use plastic bags that pollute waterways. Simple solutions can make a big difference. So let's start right now. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, I am Sanya. I am going to talk about the impact of factory waste on global warming. As we all know, global warming is one of the issues that affect our world. It can be defined as a gradual increase in the Earth's temperature. There are many causes of global warming. One of the causes is factory waste. Factory waste is any waste that is produced from industrial activities. Factories use fossil fuels, which increase greenhouse gases. These gases are a major reason for global warming. Some toxic gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxide, are burned and also released into the atmosphere. These toxic gases absorb the radiation from the sun and increase the temperature of our planet. Besides this, factories dump poisonous and untreated chemical waste into the water. This produces greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming activities. We can take some action to minimize the bad impact of global warming caused by factory waste. For example, factories can use wind, water, and solar power instead of fossil fuels. The industrial waste must be treated properly before releasing it into the water. In water treatment plant, sewage goes through a number of chemical processes to make it less poisonous. Special chimneys and filters can be used to absorb and convert the harmful factory gases into safer forms. By doing all those things, the negative impact of global warming can be minimized. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Amy, and my topic is ecotourism, boon, or bane. Ecotourism is directed toward exotic, often threatened natural environments and is intended to support conservation efforts and observe wildlife. Normal tourism has benefits. It brings in money for local people. It creates jobs. There's an exchange of culture and languages. But there are disadvantages. Garbage left behind by tourists harm local animals. Tourists may damage plants and animals by picking rare wild plants and feeding animals the wrong food. Many tourists respect local culture and draw on or deface monuments. How is ecotourism more beneficial? It focuses on untouched natural environments. It encourages a positive experience for visitors as well as hosts. It reduces the impact of tourism on the environment that's usually done in small and manageable groups. Visitors, tourists, and scientists can learn about the environment in a specific location in ways to conserve different species and natural ecosystems. Ecotourism teaches us about sustainable and eco-friendly living. So how to reduce negative impacts on the environment? Follow these principles. Tourists must reduce their impact and adapt to the environment. Build environmental and cultural awareness by learning local ways of living. Provide positive experience for ecotourists and local people where they learn and exchange information. Provide direct financial benefits for environmental conservation. Sustainable ecotourism is challenging as the technology needed to preserve the environment can be too expensive and hard to get. It requires collaboration between government, communities, business, and visitors without damaging the environment. It requires great awareness of the environment without exploiting it. No matter how difficult, ecotourism is certainly better than normal tourism. Otherwise, the impact on the environment will be devastating. Thank you for listening.
Good morning, everyone. Food safety is very important. Today, most food crops grown on farms use a lot of chemical pesticides and fertilizers to increase crop yield. My presentation is organic farming versus inorganic farming. Well, what is organic farming? Organic farming is the production of crops and livestock without the use of synthetic chemicals and inorganic fertilizers. It promotes human welfare without harming the environment. It produces healthy, safe, and quality foods. Why should we go organic? It is because healthy foods contain no toxic substances. They have a natural and good taste. It takes care of the environmental concerns of farming. Let's compare the two. In organic farming, soil structure is better. There are more birds and insects. Synthetic pesticides used are naturally derived and safe. Natural fertilizers such as manure or compost are used to enrich soils for plants. In inorganic farming, chemicals stay in the soil and pollute it. There are fewer birds and insects. Synthetic pesticides used are harmful to humans and farm animals. Chemical fertilizers promote plant growth but degrade the soil and groundwater. It's clear that inorganic farming can destroy fertile land. Organic farming is far more sustainable. It enhances biodiversity and results in better soil quality. It is better for our environment and ensures food safety from farm to plate. We should support organic farming to preserve the soil and protect our health. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Sharon. My topic is climate change. What is climate change? It is the process of our planet heating up. Human activity has caused the Earth to warm by approximately 1 degree Celsius. While that might not sound like much, it means big things for people and wildlife around the globe. As temperatures rise, some areas will get wetter and lots of animals and humans could find they are not able to adapt to their changing climate. How will climate change affect the planet? The Earth has had many tropical of climates and ice ages over the billions of years that it's been in existence. So why is now so different? Well, this is because for the last 150 years, human activity has meant we're releasing a huge amount of harmful gases into the Earth's atmosphere, and records show that global temperatures are rising more rapidly since this time. A warmer climate could affect our planet in a number of ways, like more rainfall, changing seasons, shrinking sea ice, and rising sea levels. How will climate change affect wildlife? At the North Pole, the ice is melting rapidly, which threatens the life of polar bears due to more limited access to their food. It's not just polar animals who are in trouble. It's like orangutan which live in the rainforests of Indonesia are under threat as their habitat is cut down, and more drought cause more bushfires. How can we help prevent climate change? Small changes in your own home can make a difference too. Try switching to energy-saving light bulbs. Walk instead of using a car. Turn off electrical items when you're not using them. Recycle waste and reduce your food waste. All these little things can make a difference. So let's join hands to fight climate change. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Present Theos, and my topic is air pollution. Air pollution is the contamination of air due to the presence of substances which have a poisonous effect. This can harm living things and damages the natural cycles of Earth. It may be in the form of dust or harmful gases. Some causes of air pollution are natural causes like volcano eruptions, dust storms, and forest fires. Human activity, especially in large cities where factories and power plants spew poisonous gases and chemicals. Methane gas from landfills and other emissions from vehicles. What are the effects of air pollution? Humans suffer from a number of diseases like asthma, bronchitis, lung cancer, and respiratory infections. It stunts the growth of plants and damages our beautiful historical monuments. According to the World Health Organization, air pollution kills 2.4 million people each year. It causes acid rain, smog, and global warming. But there are solutions and actions we can take. Do not use wood to cook or warm your homes. Avoid bursting firecrackers. Recycle items that are of no use or reuse them for some other purpose. Avoid setting fire to garbage. Plant more greenery to purify the air. Use cleaner sources of energy like wind, water, and solar energy. Use electric batteries in vehicles. Spread awareness amongst your family and friends. Are you willing to do your bit to reduce air pollution? Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Radha. My topic is saving the orangutan. I became interested in learning about the orangutan found in the tropical rainforest. In Bahasa Indonesia, it means man of the forest. Sadly, this famous mammal is endangered. Orangutans can be found in Sumatra, Indonesia, and in Borneo, Malaysia. Their population is falling by 25 per day. They are endangered because their homes are being destroyed due to deforestation. This is done to produce palm oil for wood and to build buildings and roads. They are also hunted for their body parts, which are sold in the wild animal trade. Do you know why they matter? These gardeners of the forest live in the canopies of trees. They help to spread the seeds of fruits that they eat in the rainforest. This allows trees to grow, reduce global warming, and increase the variety of plants in the rainforest. How can we help them? Avoid products that contain palm oil. Go green. Support organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund or the Orangutan Project. Organize a bake sale for Orangutan Awareness Week to raise funds. Plant more trees to replace the ones cut down. Reduce the use of paper. Palm oil is found in about half the product in grocery stores. This plant-based product contains no palm oil. Or you can buy it too to support the conservation of orangutans. You can also buy certified sustainable palm oil products. Let's start today and save the orangutans. Thank you.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystem are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth? How dare you? This quote by British environmentalist Greta Thunberg needs no introduction. Hello everyone, I'm Charlie, and today I'm going to talk about the impact of climate change on the Great Barrier Reef of Australia. It is actually a huge living breathing organism made up of corals. It is the biggest living thing on Earth and can even be seen from space. They may look like colorful rocks or plants, but corals are really a colony of tiny animals found in shallow tropical seas. When many corals grow together, they are called a reef. The Great Barrier Reef has lost more than half of its corals due to the bleaching effect of warmer seas driven by climate change. This could lead to a domino effect. The reef is a shelter for many marine organisms and a source of nitrogen and nutrients from a marine food chain. Many marine species will vanish after their only source of food disappears forever. Marine food chain across the globe would collapse. There may be many more stress effects that we're unable to perceive at this moment. Making small changes in our daily life can help to reduce global warming and protect the Great Barrier Reef. Turn off lights before leaving a room. Use eco-friendly products. Join a local cleanup event. Ditch single-use plastic. The actions have all the difference. We should all take responsibility for not only providing a better future for ourselves, but for every other creature that calls the earth home. Thank you.
My family and I have resided in many countries because of my father's job as a diplomat, and now I live in Jakarta. An important issue our family faced was the quality of health care, which is different from one country to another. Which countries can provide the best healthcare there for their people? They can pay for research to make better drugs, while some poor countries cannot. My project is about equity in healthcare. This means that all people, regardless of their gender, race, or economic status, receive the good quality of healthcare they need. Many people from poorer countries cannot afford the expensive, important drugs and cheap, generic drugs that are not easily available. Therefore, people turn into fake drugs that are not only ineffective but can be harmful. According to the World Health Organization, 70% of patients with mental disorders in low-income countries do not have access to safe medicines. Producing cheaper ones, that is, drugs, is urgently needed for body and mind. How can the COVID vaccines be out? During the COVID-19 pandemic, companies race to make vaccines, but a question arises in my mind. How can the COVID-19 vaccine be given fairly around the world? How can poor countries can uh, can convince these greedy companies that they also have the right to get this vaccine? Richer countries in Europe and the USA have secured the vaccine for their people, while some other countries have not even get a single dose. The WHO has convinced these companies in rich countries to sign the COVAX agreement. It provides vaccination of 20% of the population. of the poor countries for free to eliminate this disaster. We all need to work hand in hand. Remember, vaccine equity is priority for all. Until all of us are safe, no one's safe. Thank you.
Hello, I am Shazreen and my topic is nutrition and immunity. The word immunity implies protection of our body from external factors that can cause disease and make us sick. These factors may be harmful organisms like bacteria, viruses, or chemical substances. Our body's immune system protects us from diseases. It is made of white blood cells and other disease-fighting cells that play a specific role in fighting any infection. For example, white blood cells like B cells can recognize invading viruses by attaching themselves to them. These B cells become memory cells. The next time the same virus attacks your body, the memory cells can sense it and destroy it. When our body's immune system is compromised, we cannot fight the diseases properly. A nutritious diet helps to boost immunity. Vitamins and minerals obtained from our diet help us fight infection. Vitamin C and zinc are important to fight the COVID virus infection. Mothers pass on antibodies that fight infection to the baby even before birth. For this reason, they are told to eat a balanced diet to boost their immunity. So, how can we boost our immunity? Follow the food pyramid. Eat immunity boosting food like cereal, green vegetables, fruits, herbs, and so on in the right amount. Avoid junk foods and do not smoke or drink. Exercise and try to be stress-free. Nature has a beautiful way of protecting us. We just need to understand the basics and maintain a healthy lifestyle in order to be disease-free. Health is indeed wealth, so eat wisely. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Milano. My topic is the tree house. Mother Earth is suffering from global waste, which costs money to move and poison soil and water. Building waste causes air pollution. This leads to global warming and other problems. It is important for us to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste for a cleaner environment. Paper is the third largest polluter. Harmful bleaches and methane gas are released in paper production. One piece of paper requires 10 liters of water to make. One tree produces oxygen for 3 people to breathe. What can we do to save paper? Recycle paper. Use email to communicate. Do not use paper cups and plates. Take and save notes on electronic devices. Switch to e-burning. Plastic is cheap, durable, and popular but takes over 400 years to decompose. It harms water, animals, and plants. If we consume seafood from polluted seas, we will get sick. How can we reduce plastic waste? Recycle plastic waste into all pieces. Use metal straws. Use reusable cloth bags and glass food containers. Avoid disposable glass, plates, or cutlery. Landfill contain glass waste. Recycled glass can be melted down to make new bottles, containers, and ceramics. So let's all practice the tree out and make a difference. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Audrey from 2A. While doing the research for my exhibition topic, I found the impact of COVID-19 on food security to be quite interesting. We all need food to live. So what is food security? Food security, as defined by the Food and Agriculture Organization, is when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. It should be treated as a human right with priority given to the most vulnerable.
The four pillars of food security are availability, access, stability, and utilization. Why is there more food insecurity today? The economic downturn due to the COVID-19 pandemic has caused many people to lose their livelihood. Many cannot afford to buy safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. Measures to control the pandemic, such as border restrictions and lockdowns, are disrupting global food supply chains and the safety and hygiene of food. In 2019, almost 690 million people went hungry and numbers are expected to rise. Food insecurity can lead to stunted growth in children below 5, undernutrition, starvation, and a rise in stress levels and crime. So what can we do to help people with food insecurity? Don't waste food. Eat to live, do not live to eat. Grow your own food and donate any extra to the needy. Volunteer at local food banks. Donate and distribute healthy food to the needy. Lastly, governments should support farmers' ability to increase sustainable food production. Let us join hands to help people with food insecurity and make a world a more caring place to live in. Thank you for listening.